So winds are kicking up, okay? And I knew that something was going on. This was about an hour ago. And as a victim of all of these attacks, like I was attacked by black magic really, really strongly in 2021. And when the winds, kicked in, it was usually because they were doing some kind of spell work, and literally it would just be like an instant storm, coming up, and like the entire blocks like recycling would be on my lawn, you know? And every time the wind kicked up like really strong, I knew that they were doing black magic because that was like a really big sign. And it happened like about an hour ago where I could feel the winds and stuff. And I was like, oh boy, let's get ready for this. We're coming into a storm, like this is it, stormy weather. I was doing the weekly reading for my Patreons, and we were getting this stormy vibe coming through. And the winds have kicked in, and then all of a sudden I start just getting really strange messages, okay? And I'm getting chills on the messages, so I was debating on whether I should come on or not and give the messages. But there does feel like we're entering into a storm, and it does feel like we are like there is almost like an urgency around the messages, so to speak. So I'm going to just share with you what I'm getting, like message wise, while this was happening. Now, I took a break, I paused, and then I was like, let me just see if there's any like breaking news going on like right now. And it turns out right at the time when the winds kicked up, it said that Trump had just arrived in Manhattan for his arraignment tomorrow, okay? So I was like, oh, here, this is the storm. Here it is. This is the shit storm. We're about to go into it. Gearing up for it because his group, they use black magic, okay? His group is volatile. His group is deadly, okay? So this is kind of like the messages that I was just getting as all of this was happening. So I got really, really strongly, I kept hearing mercantile ships, okay? That's what I kept hearing off of the coast of Florida. Mercantile ships off of the coast of Florida. And then I'm seeing somebody like they're showing me an image of somebody pulling a knife and like stabbing people. Like it feels like bloody, whatever they're showing me. Now my guides usually protect me from this kind of stuff, but they're showing me something pretty graphic going on these like ships. And then they're saying something about cadavers and bodies on these ships. And it's interesting because if you guys have been watching my channel, I was getting something about them moving cadavers up the waterways. I was getting that like really strong with this group. And I'm like, what are they doing on these ships? Like, I'm so confused. So when I look at mercantile ships, it comes in with the Navy. Like that's what comes up for mercantile ships. They're merchant ships. It's like that's what I was getting when I looked it up. And then I was getting the hits on the Navy today. So I don't know what I'm getting. The Sun. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing off the coast of Florida? So something really strange is either brewing, or I don't know what the hell is going on with these ships. Let me know, you guys, if you guys get any messages around these ships, but they're showing like something happening on the ships. Like that's what I'm seeing, or on a ship per se. And I cannot figure it out for the life of me, but it was coming in right at the time of this storm. So that was like one of the messages. Another really interesting thing is that this morning I came on and I was relaying a lot of messages about, it felt like some kind of plot or plan that they were trying to figure out. And I had gotten some hits on JFK and his assassination and some kind of an inside job. And oddly enough, I like the news broke. It was like, I want to say it was like 2 hours or so after my live that the first lady was on her way out to an event and her aircraft and started having issues. And so they had to basically do a stop, like a, I guess not an emergency, but like a pit stop landing over, I believe it was in Denver, and then they were going to send her back to the White House, which I thought was like really interesting that there was something like came up after that reading. So I don't know what they're doing. So let me just see. Somebody just commented. So here's who's here. Hi, Be Free. Hi, Michelle. Marie Lorena's here. Hi, Brandon. Susan, are they stealing people's organs to sell on the black market for organ transplants? Yeah, I mean, I definitely get like feeling harvesting organs seems like definitely on par. Like for this group, I've definitely gotten those energies. But this one, like they just said a suicide ship. I just heard like something about a suicide ship. A suicide ship, and I just heard Manhattan the Village coming through. I feel like they're planning something, and I just heard ISIS coming through, so that's a terrorist group. It feels like they're planning a terrorist attack. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like it just feels like in hindsight too, on this morning's reading, I also got 9/11 and I got Westminster Abbey. Well, that could have been that they're just planning another version of like 9/11. Like I didn't even think about that when I was on the live. I'm like, I think I just didn't even interpret those messages correctly. But yeah, like I was just like, what is, it's like almost feels like a myriad of like different attacks that they're trying to like plan in some way. So I'm going to try to see if there's like any other information on this, but it feels just like rapid fire right now with these energies. Like I'm hearing like do or die time kind of a vibe. And again, this energy did come into the weekly reading. Like I knew it was going to be like rough weather, you know? But like I just like don't know. Okay, so they were positioning tanks on Friday in Maryland. Not sure why. Okay. Maryland. Like I was trying to figure out, I'm hearing something about a sea captain coming through. Oh yeah, and I was getting messages about an Admiral Stevens. I keep hearing the name Admiral Stevens or Stevens. Like I don't know who that is, but I keep hearing something like that as well. And I'm just getting the song In the Navy. And I'm like, what? WTF? Let's see. I'll just try to see. This energy's just like really wild. It just feels, like I said, stormy. It feels like they're doing black magic right now. So I would say like clear all black magic or transcend all black magic that's going out. Okay. To take it all to the light, to transcend, transmute, or reverse back, send it back to sender, buyer, whoever. So let me see what is going on with this ship or the ships. What is going on with these ships? I'm hearing Florida, DeSantis coming through. What is going on with these ships? Oh, congrats, Kritty, announcing she's pregnant right now. Hello, congrats. Transporting Humvees to Texas. Okay, so we have a 9 of Cups coming in right now and an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. 10 of Pentacles. What's going on with these ships? Are they planning on doing something in any of the ports, or are they planning on like moving dead bodies out to sea is like what I'm getting, guys. Like moving dead bodies out to sea. That's so like dark and gnarly. Like I'm like, What the hell is this energy? Moving dead bodies. Is this something they've been doing? Let me try to get an idea on this. So let me see. The ships, they keep saying Florida, but yeah, I don't know if they're foreign or they're US. It feels like, from my readings, there's like a group that's somehow embedded into our military. It's like maybe it's a false military or something like that. That like got in. I remember, I want to say it was before Biden got into his presidency, that I had seen all of these people being recruited, and they were being brought into a room. And if I remember correctly, I can't remember what branch it was, but I feel like it was connected to the Navy, and they were like recruiting them, but they were not like military. They were like an off military kind of a thing. What's up with the bodies and this images? Is this something that these people have been doing in the past? Like have been doing, like past tense, have been doing in the past? I have the devil coming through with it. They named a Navy ship after him. Okay. Are these bodies past? Or is this past bodies? Or is this past, in the past? In the past. Okay. I think that they've been outed. I think they've been outed. I think there were some plots or something there, but there's something they were planning. Are they planning anything right now? Are they planning anything at the moment? Is the enemy planning anything at the moment right now? Is the enemy planning anything at the moment? They are planning something. Something with the harbor coming through. So it's like they have multiple, it feels like they have multiple like attack like plans, like they were trying to carry out. But it's like whether or not they get outed or not, like kind of a thing. So it feels like it's like multiple plans or plots going on. The ship is really throwing me off, like big time. Is anything going to be happening with this, any ships off the coast of Florida or any coast that's in the U.S.? Is there anything going to be going on with any kind of ships? I just feel like a plot to kill. Like I feel like they're trying to, I don't know, they've had like these weird plots. Okay, maybe militia bringing guns via water. Militia. Okay, I got the sun on that. Bringing guns. Bringing guns via water. What's justice? What's the justice coming through? What is this justice talking about? What is this justice talking about? Getting a song real quick. I'm getting Riders on the Storm. Is it Riders on the Storm? I feel like I should know this. Riders on the Storm. That was like the worst rendition of that song ever. That was the Doors. Thank you, Corinne. I appreciate that. Elon changed his Twitter profile to a dog. Okay. Riders. At least there's something to make us laugh. I mean, I can't get a freaking door song. As I'm trying to channel threats to our country right now. Okay, Rhonda's saying, ask if the Scientology groups and their ships are involved. I was getting Miscavige. Yes, I was getting Miscavige linked to this, actually. I was. Now that I remember, I heard Miscavige when I saw the ships and I saw the men in the ships. I did see that. Is it Riders on the Storm? Or is it Riders of the Storm? Oh, Jim Morrison was a military kid? Interesting. Okay. So as you can tell, the energies are very like, whee! You know, it's like they're up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down right now. But it does feel like they have been, or like actively like plotting things. That's what it feels like to me. What's Riders on the Storm even referencing? Does anybody know what that song's about? I mean, is it about a storm? It just feels like afraid they'll pose as Antifa and do an attack. You know, that feels kind of on par, Sparrow. Like that energy feels like, because I got ISIS, right? And something about the ships. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I can kind of like pick up. The cards are even reading like confusing on this. Like it's like nothing. The energies just feel so scatterbrained right now. So I call on Archangel Michael to clear all energies, for a protected channel on what Trumpy heads, psycho bandits are trying to plan right now. Okay. Riders on the storm, into the house. We're born into this world. We're thrown like a dog without a bone. An actor out on lone riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Something about a dog. A dog. All right, well, have the enemy's plans been thwarted on our soil? Has the enemy's plans been thwarted? Have the enemy's plans been thwarted? I keep getting like I'm hearing like merchant marines right now. I'm getting the merchant marines I'm hearing. Maybe they're the ones that figured it out. Maybe they stopped them. I just like, this feels like it's like insanity, dude. I cannot believe these people and what they are plotting and planning. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything else. Actor out on loan. Well, I think the actor would be Trump. I heard something like they bought and sold him. Like that's what I got the message the other day. They bought and sold him. They sold him. Like they bought him and then they got rid of him. Like that's insane. There's a Merchant Marine Academy in Queens. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that guy in my third eye. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that it's been thwarted. Like, that's what it feels like. Okay, it feels like it's been thwarted at this point. But it feels like they were trying to create something. 'Cause I can't really even pick up the energy anymore. Like, it feels like it just dissipated out. I think that we are realizing like what these people are doing. Oh, diabolical plot. I was getting a message to detach diabolical chords from their warfare. Is that the same thing? All right. Is there any significance to the dog and these people? Is there any kind of anything significant to the dog? They're saying loyalty coming through. And I'm hearing oath keepers coming through with the dog right now. And I'm hearing something like to the death is what I'm hearing. You know why they're that's their energy? Because they're all gonna get incarcerated. That's why. They're screwed. They're all gonna go down for crimes against humanity. Mark my word. And they know it. They know it. They know it. I feel like more crimes are getting outed like every day. Like, that's what it feels like to me. Like, it's just like every day it's like another slew of crimes. Like, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. There's people being outed also right now in very high places. I'm getting Secret Service and Intel being outed right now as well. So there's people being outed. I am getting messages on in high places as well. All right, is there anything else that is anything going on? Is there any other plots? Is there anything that we as Americans need to be worried about at this moment in time? Is there anything that we Americans have to be aware of in this moment in time? Getting something like Secret Agent Man is coming up again. And then I'm getting a love like this. And I know she will be mine. I'm getting the Beatles. She loves me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So something about a girl or a woman or something like that is coming in. It's weird. In the weekly energy, I got the lover card with a heart. So I just didn't know what that was. Okay. So Corinne saying a killer on the road. The song you're singing dog without a bone. Okay. Killer on the road. All right. I just feel like the energies just kind of like died out. So I don't know if there's like anything else that is currently a risk. It feels like a lot of stuff's just coming out. Like, it feels like a lot of stuff is coming out. Plans being thwarted in some way. Holy guacamole. What a time to be alive. Love is coming up again. Love. Okay. Something about love. Never understand these damn love messages. Love. Divination and memory coming through. I don't know what this is talking about. And luck. Luck, love. Just to see if there's anything else coming through. Any other messages about this love message? Any other messages about this love message? I'm hearing something about like two sides of a coin. Two sides of a coin. I'm hearing something about Trump Tower coming through. Two sides of a coin and Trump Tower coming through. We're getting more lyrics here from Lorena. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand the world on you depends. Our life will never end. Interesting. All these love songs. So yeah, it feels like it's something where it's like being on two sides of a coin in some way. Flip positions. Like, they're showing me Mr. and Mrs. Smith, okay? The movie. And they're showing, like, one person is on one side, and then the other is on the other. Well, what do? They take them all out. I'm getting so many chills on this. So I feel like there is a Mr. and Mrs. Smith that might be taking them all out. This is like, well, every minute we're getting new information live here, live. Oh my goodness. It's like this is like an action movie. Oh wait, we already made it. You can watch it. Rent it. I think it's a combination, Sarah, of the love message for all of us to come together in love, not war. But it is also, I think, that there is a couple that's on two sides of this that have been battling behind the scenes. And it's like a merging of the information or something in some way. Anything else about the couple? Anything else about the couple? They're on two sides of the coin. Anything about the love is eternal, I'm hearing. It's something about the love being eternal. Did you guys just say Kellyanne Conway? Come on. No, even. Is that what you're referring to? Who said that? Who said that? Karen. Come on, is that really, you think? Oh my God, could you? No. Oh my God, I'm getting chills on that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, keep us together. Wow. Lorena was thinking that too. Break on through to the other side. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Is that them? Are they riders on the storm? Oh my god. I'm thinking, wow, this is so unbelievably crazy. Jamie, you missed it. Okay, you missed the big hurrah. I think we didn't get into it until 30 minutes in, but we got it. We basically were missing. I was getting messages about a Mr. and Mrs. Smith and two people being on the opposite sides of the coin, but they would be the ones that kind of like save the day. And then Karen came through with it. Karen came through with it. We're getting the Conways right now. Oh my god, that is just so funny. Is there more than one with this energy? Is there more than one couple with this energy? God, my angels. I feel like it's I feel like there's another. I feel like there's a few more that might be even like very similar in that regard. I think there's I think that's a theme for this whole thing is like, I think there's some divine unions that might be like working right now to thwart this, and they're on opposing teams. And it almost feels like it was by design in some way, because I am getting another message tied into this. There's another, I feel like I'm seeing another, there's definitely another couple I'm seeing. And I think there's several of them. I think there's several of them. Like, it's like an energy of that. So weird. So weird. Ooh, I just heard sibling rivalry coming through. Do we know who that is? I know who that is. That's Betsy and Eric, I think. That's what I think. I think that is Betsy and Eric, but it could definitely be Ivanka and her both of her brothers as well. I was also feeling Stormy Daniels as well, Sparrow. Like, I was like, because, oh my god, yes, yes, yes. I was feeling that energy like earlier today, actually. I was feeling like that, like, Trump's heartstrings are a little like crushed by the whole situation, because I feel like he had a very strong connection with her, and like she was a confidant, and I feel like in this kind of a time in his life, she's the one person that he would want to talk to right now, and he can't. So I was getting that energy around Stormy as well, and that makes sense with the song. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Marvy. So it seems like it's these divine unions that are actually like healing the storm in some way. That is really odd. That is so interesting. Yeah, I'm getting chills on that. There's something with the divine masculines and the divine feminines. Like, it's like pulling at the heartstrings right now. She's hilarious on Twitter, and it must be crushing him. Yeah, because I really get the sense that he misses her. I had this feeling, or this hit this morning about them, that he was definitely pretty crushed. I think that she's not in his world anymore in some way. Oh, Elon Musk and his ex too. Yeah. Um, lot going on, in the love department with these unions because they're balancing out the unions right now where the partners are seeing each other now in a different way. Like if you guys follow twin flame energies, but the dynamic is shifting between the twins now where they accept their partners or their divine counterparts for who they are now, and they see them in a very positive light versus how they used to see them. And a lot of that perception or change in perception is the shift going on with a lot of divine masculines right now, which is about them loving all of themselves, even their flaws, and accepting all parts of themselves, kind of a thing. That's like a big shift going on in the collective right now. I think with everybody, honestly. But I think the DMs are being more affected by that energy right now. There's more like a realization going on. So yeah, I think that shift could be affecting this. Oh yeah, Ivanka and Jared, interesting. Oh yeah, Weisselberg's wife. It's interesting too because when I did a reading on DeSantis, I was getting his wife very strongly knowing about something he did. Like she had witnessed something that Ron had done too. And a lot of you guys were saying you thought it was that they shipped off immigrants to Martha's Vineyard or something like that he was a part of that in some way. But it felt like she knew something going on about him as well. Like that, I was getting kind of a message about that. So that's another interesting thing. So it could be that this dynamic really plays into various parts of this. There could be Mr. and Mrs. Smith like everywhere that are helping this entire show finally go down. And heal this storm in some way, because it feels like it's a repeat energy. We're getting all the couples coming in, so it's very interesting. Even today with the first lady, I mean with Jill Biden, she was, her plane was having technical difficulties and she had to go back to DC. I'm sure that also, it's like that's the heartstrings right there too, just realizing how important everything is, safety, all that kind of stuff, bringing them closer together, protecting each other kind of a thing. I don't know. So I do think that it's like the couples could be shifting the world in some way right now. So it's really interesting, guys. I have Justice and Ten of Cups coming in with that energy. I just heard love will heal the world. Clarence and Ginny Thomas. Oh my God, another. There you have it. We got another one. We got another one. Another couple. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so I think that's what is going on right now. There is a shift in the energies. Okay, and it does feel like there were some plans in the works, but it feels like they've been thwarted at the moment, kind of a thing. So I think we're in good hands. Okay, yeah, I have the Tower reversed. I think that we've gotten a hold of some important evidence or information, intelligence. Like, I feel like some people in high places have been outed in some way too. I'm getting Lieutenant Dan coming through, whoever the F that is. And I just feel like there are people that were working on the inside that were compromised. And I feel like it feels like we got another crew. Like it feels like another crew. I am getting like Adam Sandler coming through with his song that he does the Happy Hanukkah song, and there's one line that talks about Rod Carew. Was he an old talk show host, Rod Carew? Oh my gosh, I keep getting the name Leibowitz in New York, in Manhattan, and it's really interesting because there was like a movie where at the end, like Leibowitz ends up getting arrested because they get held responsible for everything that happened, kind of a thing. And I'm like, was that based off of like a real family or a real name, that movie? I don't know which movie it was. Let me know if you guys remember that one, but at the end of the movie, it was like, the person behind it all was Leibowitz. And they're like, Mr. Leibowitz, Mr. Leibowitz. And there was like a press crew. Do you have anything to say right now? Anyways, I keep getting that name. So I don't know if it's referring to like the movie or if it's like if it's something else kind of a thing. Off subject a bit. Do you think Brian Laundrie is alive in a country? You know, I felt that he was like last year, but I haven't like felt his energy since the holidays, and it made me feel like he, I don't know, left town over the holidays. I don't know what happened to him, honestly. It just feels like the energy of him just kind of died off, like, because he was in my dreams like well into last year. I was having dreams with him. I had dreams that he was in Florida. I had seen him at several locations in Florida. I saw him at a bar. I saw him hanging with friends in a parking lot, in a parking garage. I saw him at a club with friends. I saw him doing black magic on me. Where else did I see him? I kept seeing him, and he kept popping into my dreams. The only thing I can think of is like I had one person come into my dreams who was like a tennis instructor, or he was like a gym teacher, and he was in Seattle, and that guy was in my dreams recently, and he kind of felt a little like Brian Laundrie, but I didn't recognize him in the dream as Brian Laundrie as I did all the others. So there was something different about him that I wasn't like recognizing at all. So I'm like, was that him as a gym teacher in the middle of he was in the middle of bumfuck. I mean, he's in like, it felt like Seattle or like Portland, or like he felt like he's up north somewhere. Not north. Is that north? I'm like losing it. Yeah, north. He's up north somewhere, like maybe on the border of Canada or something like that. That's the only thing I could get on him. And that was recent. That was like about a month ago. So I don't know if that was actually him. But again, I didn't pick up that it was him right away. So it feels like my gut was that something happened to him over the holidays, because it felt like his energy just cut off over the holidays. And I felt like he just didn't want to like go on living as like a secret agent man or whatever. You know, maybe he's the secret agent man. He didn't want to like go on with this fake, you know, having to hide out all the time or something like that. I don't know. He's with Epps and Ivana. Maybe that's right. That's definitely where they are. They're all partying somewhere. Oh, Lorena just had a dream about me. She said, you said the book Rome is important, and you read passages to me as I wrote them. We both knew we were dreaming. Rome, yeah. I could see that being pretty important. That's interesting because all the Italy references keep coming up and stuff. I'm also getting the messages about the stock exchange. Rome. But, you know, just with the church and everything that happened there, I feel like, yeah, that's definitely a lot. I'm glad that we're figuring it out in the dream state, though. That makes me happy. Let's see. Okay, so Annie Leibovitz is a famous photographer. Interesting. Annie Leibovitz. It's probably not her, right? I mean, is she tied into this? Is the photographer tied into this? Is the photographer tied into this in some way? I don't know. I mean, we have Justice coming in with the Two of Cups. Maybe she is. I don't really know anything about her, to be honest. So maybe she is connected in. I'm hearing something about a ring of fire coming through. A ring of fire. I do think that there is like I said, like a lot of stuff coming to light. A lot of stuff. Oh, I said who let the dogs out the other day and now they're showing all the dogs. That's interesting. I don't really know, honestly, because I'm just hearing sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So I think like from what I gather with everything that went down, a lot of people, it sounds like it was like a lot of famous celebrities and parties and things like that. And I feel like things got a little out of hand, I think. Like something like that. So I don't know if she's directly connected, but there is something coming in with the Two of Cups and Justice around her. So I don't know. I don't know why I keep getting that name. It's just really odd. Okay, so let's see here. Meter said, can't believe I've been watching you since Trump came into office and now I'm watching you when he's getting indicted. It's surreal. Oh yes, it's been a wild ride, man. What a crazy road. There's Manhattan coming up. DA, I just heard Manhattan DA with the 4 about April. Oh, 4-4. Rhonda, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I swear, y'all, if we just knew that they were doing black magic and messing with like time and space and things like that with their space technologies, we would have gotten him much sooner. It would have happened 3 years ago. I'm telling you. But we just had no clue. We just didn't know what they were doing. We had no idea. We had no idea. No idea what they were doing. Now we know. Now we know. Now we know. We got it. We figured it out. Okay. I'm also was getting something about them messing with deities really strongly. I was getting really strong that they were messing with deities. That they were messing with their grave sites or their grave zones or something like that. Like archaeologists have been messing with their grave sites and it's been like disturbing the energies of the deities. But I've been guided to like bring the deities back to their burial grounds and bringing them back to their grave sites. There's something about like disturbed grave sites and burial grounds. Like I'm getting real strong with very high, you know, holy people, you know, like people that held very high rank. And so I was guided to like send them all back to their burial grounds and back to their graves. And then when that happens, it triggers the energy, like so that they know who they are, or it's like it's kind of like the origin of where they come from is kind of what I was guided, like getting them back to the origin, and then they go back to the light in some way. Anyways, they just been dealing with anything you can think of. They just been dealing. They messing with it. They messing with it in some way. They messed with it. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for joining me here live. What an interesting read. I definitely feel like things are balancing out despite the storm that was arriving about, what was it, like 2 hours ago now? It feels like things are the energies are balancing back out again. So it could be through these twin flame energies coming through. You know, twin flame energies are like 6D energies. If we just get the planet up to a little bit higher of an energy, then the twins start to function more copacetically. You know, they can start to just, you know, move more into that love energy and less into the other energies of getting the sun. So that's really important for all of them. Oh, thanks so much, P44. Any other final messages in regards to Trump and his arraignment tomorrow? Any other messages in regards to Trump and his arraignment? Any other messages? I think everything looks okay for now, but I'm sure they'll be like messing with things throughout the night or trying to do other things. I'm sure they'll be doing other things. So I'll just keep you posted if I get any other weird messages, okay? All right, y'all. I'm sending you guys so much love and blessings, and I will talk to you all soon, okay? You guys rock. Love you guys so much. Take care.